So going from left to right, tell me who you are.
Josie Dandridge Marsh. Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, I'm Finn.
So, I have 3 ideas for my final major project. The first one is called Sex, Drugs and Violence. And it follows the lives of 3 guys, one whose life revolves around sex, another drugs, another violence. Violence is abused at home and takes his aggression out on people. This causes him to push a lot of his close friends and relations away until he finds himself alone. Drugs is quite vulnerable and doesn't have any affection at home. His family are absent or don't care. And so to fill this emotional void, he does drugs. He's particularly affected when the friendship of these 3 splits up, which leads him to overdose towards the end. Sex is a unwilling male prostitute who struggles to keep a relationship due to his profession, and then when he finds a girl whose family will help him, he is too prideful to accept it, until he has a falling out with violence, which splits the friendship up. He accepts the help and pulls his life together. Skip to a few years later, drugs overdoses, and the 3 of them meet up again in hospital. I haven't decided whether drugs will live or not yet, but it will reconnect them and they will look to the future with more hope. That's my first idea. What do you think?
Sounds good.
I like that. I like the fact that you've gone for just straight and really proper brutality. I love that.
I like how it's different storylines that kind of make one.
Yeah, how it's 3 stories interconnecting.
Sorry, I think it's really interesting.
My second idea is a music video compilation, which I've never seen attempted before beyond 1 or 2 music videos. So it would be various artists, and it would follow the life of one young man and say a day or a week of his life as he wakes up, leaves the house, meets up with friends. They go to a party, there'd be smoking, drinking, drugs. It's mostly about trying to match the scene with how the music makes you feel. So when he does ecstasy, I'd want to play something quite spaced out, but also like quite happy. And then of course when he comes down off the ecstasy, or when his girlfriend breaks up with him, I go for quite depressing stuff, show him smoking a lot. It'd be more it'd just be following one person's personal story, and then in between each song, because there's no smooth transition between certain pieces of music, there'd be short bits of non-musical dialogue. So the whole thing would be classed as a short film, but it mostly contained these music video scenes. What do you think?
I really like that idea. That's clever. Is it multiple videos?
Yes. So, well, no, sorry, one video, multiple
One video.
songs.
Multiple songs. Oh, okay.
I think that's really creative.
I think it reminds me a bit of sort of Baby Driver, sort of matching the music to the mood.
Yes.
True.
Yeah, and if you want a trippy sound for your party scene, I could recommend a band called Tame Impala.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, their stuff's
Definitely.
really
Yeah.
trippy.
You're right, but
Yeah.
I do already have one for that. I'm gonna use Give You the Moon by Lil Peep. It's got this,
Yes.
yes, it's just got this underlying like dot sound going through the whole thing, which I think sounds quite like spacey. So I did a movement, but obviously the camera can't see me.
Oh, so we'll know what the movement was.
That really sense. So it's really creative. I just think it's really interesting.
And finally, I was thinking of doing an art piece called Being a Man. It'd essentially be a lot of... It'd be mostly about camera technique and making the audience think. So it would be me in a room, and I would do the arty thing of where they're not speaking at first and they stand up and they do a few movements. Very arty. bit bullshitty, right? But it would look good. And having the camera do a lot of dolly techniques and a lot of spinning around me and that. And it would essentially just be asking questions about being a man in the modern age, a young man, and how we don't really know what's going on, what to do, and we need help, but we don't want to ask for help. And generally, how about we don't have our shit together? And then I'd get the perspectives of some other men for certain sections, and I'd cut them into where I am, so they would like change into me and back and forth. What do you think?
It's like a documentary.
No, it's a conceptual art piece.
Okay, so
Your conception.
yeah,
There's
like
a
a little
style
bit
of
like
drama,
a
I
film.
want to say it's Artaud, but it might not be, that sounds very similar to that, and it's sort of about making the audience feel, but not necessarily feel like happy. It could just be like making them uncomfortable.
Okay.
It sounds quite similar to, but it sounds interesting, definitely.
My main goal is to make the audience think. I want to make people who aren't young men either remember what it was like to be, or to see our perspective on a lot of things in the modern age.
There's another,
I think it's kind of hard to be us right now.
there's another drama genre that's about making people just think, and it's generally, it's done in a very certain style that doesn't quite fit, but it kind of reminds me of that, but I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. It's been a while since GCSE drama.
If you remember, let me know.
Do you know which one?
That's
Do you know what it's called?
I love your second idea actually.
Yeah.
Of yeah,
I'll ask.
Having
ask
it-
him, but I'm just gonna-
because you're doing 3 songs in one big video.
Many songs.
Loads of songs, and that's
Lots.
really yeah. Because of
Lots.
course the things you got to worry about is not necessarily worry about is the runtime. How you're going to keep an audience entertained, but having multiple songs and a good story. That could really work actually.
Because I often feel limited when I make a music video by the one length of song I'm allowed. Yeah, I can have a little
I
bit
got that.
before without the music and a little bit after without the music, but really I'm confined to that like 3 minutes 35 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have 20 minutes of,
Yeah.
of just stuff, you know, to be able to tell a story.
I like it. I like it a lot. What's your favourite idea?
Oh shit.
That was my next question, but I would first ask for feedback on my
Yeah, I thought that's what-
conceptual piece idea.
I think it's actually a really good idea because there are not many like not just pieces but things
Sounds very
based
good.
around on what it's been like as a young man, especially now because there's a lot to do in like the news for like feminism and toxic masculinity and shit like that. So I think it's a good idea.
And which is your favourite idea?
Actually,
going
pretty
from-
good. They're pretty good.
Going from left to right again.
I still think I like the first idea, just because of the different storylines. It
What's your first idea again?
Sex, drugs and violence.
Oh,
reminds me a bit of. Oh, I can't remember. There's a film that does sort of the interlocking storylines. There are a couple of ones that I really enjoy. That's why I like that one, I guess.
Got any inspiration on intertwining storylines? You should watch more Black Mirror.
It's good.
That is. I'm sorry.
No, it's you. Oh, wait.
No, it is you.
Left to
Chloe.
right. Left to right.
I'm stuck between two of the ones. One of the different types of music in one, and then the conceptual art piece. I would say,
Really, the theme of all three of these
yeah,
is being a young man.
yeah.
Really, but the one that's most out there about it is the art piece. Then sex, drugs and violence, I guess, would be the second most trying to tell the audience about it. With the music video more being about the life of a singular man and less about the overall themes of being a man.
You could do the second idea is more of like a microcosm, which is
Big words.
it's like showing the entire world in a very small setting. So sort of like you have this character represents every sort of this character, and it's like the general stereotype or the general kind of thing you're trying to portray. I'm not explaining it very well, but it is a thing.
A bit like the cave shadow theory, but how that's so if you have people living in a cave their whole lives.
Never seen the outside world.
Never
Plato's
seen
cave theory, yeah.
Plato's cave theory.
Yeah. If we try and explain it, this video's going to be way too long. It's already 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'd say my favourite idea. Favourite idea is the art piece.
The art piece? And your favourite idea?
Yeah, I'm torn. I'm really torn between the second and third, because the third one feels really relevant
I think it'd be
as well,
something
doesn't it?
unique. Really good.
Yeah.
Can I ask? I quite
Yeah.
know that it's out there.
Especially now, like you've got gender politics and
Let's
things.
not get into it.
Well, no, you have gender politics, so
Yeah,
it's
true.
a bit always from a left wing perspective. I'm not saying you're necessarily right wing, but I'm just saying how it would be interesting to get another person's view. I think that'd be really interesting to see. It's either one or two for me.
Okay.
You said
Okay.
2 or 3.
You said 2 or 3 a moment
Two
ago.
or three.
So,
Either 2 or 3.
if you had to pick one, I put a gun to your head.
Oh jeez.
Wait, you pick.
2.
2.
Yes.
So I've
Okay.
got 1, 2.
That's really unhelpful.
1, 2, and 3. I'll go through then.
No, don't just.
No, which one do you want? Which one do
Well,
you
there's
think?
1, 2, and 3. I
What would
might
you like
as
to see out of all of them?
well. All of them sound good.
Yeah, I mean,
especially
same.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
But if Paris needs a definite answer, I might as well go for the majority.
No, go for the one that you want to see. You're my target audience. You're a young man.
Yeah, but all 3 of
Yeah,
us
I
want
might
all
say yes to
3.
that one, and you're like, great.
I think 3.
You think 3?
I think 3.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you all for your help.
You're very welcome.